If I told you there's a creature on Earth that more than 300 million years before the invention of the helicopter already possessed many of its capabilities, would you believe it? This creature has no engine, no fuel, no computer, no pilot, and not even a single screw or bolt. Yet it can hover in midair, suddenly fly backward, change direction in a split second, and catch its prey with unbelievable precision.
Even more fascinating, engineers have been studying this creature's flight for years, drawing inspiration to build drones and flying robots. But here's the real question. If we put a multi-million-dollar helicopter next to a dragonfly, which one is truly more astonishing? Stay with me until the end of the video, because we'll get to a feature of the dragonfly that no helicopter has ever been able to replicate. Hello, everyone.
Today, we're going to make one of the strangest comparisons in the world: the helicopter versus the dragonfly. At first glance, this comparison might seem ridiculous. One is a giant machine built by humans, the other is a tiny insect we might walk past every day. But the more we put them side by side, the more amazed we become. A helicopter needs extremely powerful engines, a transmission system, massive rotors, hundreds of mechanical parts, and thousands of hours of engineering design just to lift off the ground. But a dragonfly flies with just 4 ultralight wings. Here's the crazy part. Each of its 4 wings moves independently. That means it can adjust the power of each wing separately, a capability that gives it one of the most precise flight systems in nature. A helicopter can hover in one spot in the sky, a feature that sets it apart from airplanes. But a dragonfly does exactly the same thing. It can even stay completely still in the air for several seconds, waiting for its prey to come closer. But I haven't told you its most amazing feature yet. When it's time to hunt, the dragonfly changes direction in the blink of an eye. Left, right, up, down, and even backward. Yes, the dragonfly is one of the few creatures that can freely fly backward. Many birds can't do that. In terms of speed, the helicopter wins. Some helicopters fly at speeds over 250 kilometers per hour, while the dragonfly speed is usually around 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. But that's not the whole story. If we consider the dragonfly's body size, its performance-to-size ratio is extraordinary, which is why scientists are still studying it. Now, let's talk about energy consumption. A helicopter needs a huge amount of fuel for just a few hours of flight. But a dragonfly flies for hours on nothing but the energy from catching a few small insects. No engine, no fuel tank, no wiring, and no battery. But here's the bigger question. What happens if a helicopter's engine fails? We all know the pilot has to manage the emergency with immense skill. But a dragonfly has no engine to fail in the first place. Its entire flight system is part of its living body. Now let's talk about vision. No matter how sharp a pilot's eyes are, they still need cockpit windows, navigation equipment, and assistive instruments. But a dragonfly's eyes are made of thousands of tiny lenses. It can see almost all around its body. That's why sneaking up on a dragonfly is nearly impossible. Scientists say the dragonfly's hunting success rate is extremely high because it predicts its prey's trajectory and positions itself exactly where the prey will be moments later. But now we get to something few people think about. Imagine you buy a brand new helicopter. After a while, it needs servicing. Parts need to be inspected. Oil needs to be changed. Rotors need to be checked. And after a certain number of flight hours, it needs major overhauls. But the dragonfly, from the day it becomes an adult until the end of its life, it flies without a repair shop, without a mechanic, and without replacing a single part. Its body handles everything on its own. But the most astonishing difference is still to come. If you wanted to double the number of helicopters, you'd need to build more factories, produce more parts, and spend enormous amounts of money. But a dragonfly doesn't need a factory. And now we get to a feature that no helicopter on Earth has. A female dragonfly can lay, depending on the species, hundreds and sometimes thousands of eggs. These eggs are placed in water or on plants near ponds, and after a while, a new generation of dragonflies is born. Nature has kept this cycle going non-stop for millions of years. A helicopter's home is metal hangars, airports, and maintenance centers. But a dragonfly's home is a calm pond, a wetland, or the edge of a river. No control tower, no runway, no hangar. Its entire airport is part of nature. Now, let's go back to the question from the beginning of the video. Who wins? If we measure by cargo capacity, transporting people, and high speed, the helicopter wins without a doubt. But if we compare maneuverability, energy efficiency, flight precision, vision system, the ability to reproduce, and natural design, the dragonfly is one of the most extraordinary creatures ever to live on Earth. This comparison teaches us an important lesson. The more science advances, the more we realize that nature showcased many of its incredible solutions millions of years ago. The Holy Quran repeatedly invites humans to reflect on creation. God says in Surah Al-Imran, "Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alteration of the night and the day are signs for those of understanding." At first glance, a dragonfly might seem like just a small insect. But if we look closely, we see that within this tiny creature lie great lessons of order, precision, wisdom, and the wonder of creation. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, share it with your friends, and write in the comments. If you had to choose just one, which is the greater engineering masterpiece, the helicopter or the dragonfly? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting science comparisons.